get going. All right, I'm ready. Oh, we're recording already? Hello, and welcome to At All Hours, the show that started last year, and now it's this year. I'm your host, Greg Ramirez. This is episode number 19. Is this number 19? Or was the last one number 19? I should have checked that. Well, it's this episode, this number that it is now. Possibly 20. Whoops. I should have checked that. Whatever. Episode 19. We're in it. If it was episode 19 last time, it's episode 19 again. This will be the sequel. 19.5. It's also the new year. It's crazy. It is 2025. Not a whole lot different. Doesn't feel any different. But it's going to be a pretty weird year now. We're going to have a different president. That's fun. It's going to be fun. It'll be good, I think. Other things are probably going to happen. We're going to hit season 2 of At All Hours, if I don't die or anything goes wrong or anything like that. But season 2 of At All Hours is going to be coming up. That would be episode 21, technically. We got some other cool stuff planned for At All Hours in general that's kind of like tied in. That's going to be coming up. Apocalypse is coming out. Well, Apocalypsis. It's going to be the tie-in instrumental album for Apocalypse. That's coming out this month, as long as I remember to do it. It's pretty crazy, though. Now we're moving along in time. We're going into further and further into the future. One of those things that always trips me out is like, when people talk about like dates from old movies, and then we get to that year now. It's kind of like I think, what was it? Back to the Future had that, where they're like, we're going into the year 2007, and it's like fucking not at all what 2007 looked like. I don't remember what it was. But I think there was a post that I had seen recently, too, that was like about Pacific Rim took place in 2025. That's crazy. Kaiju this year. It's going to be huge. Literally huge. But that's not what we're here to talk about. But since we are talking about the future, things happening in the future. Well, now we're in the future, but do you ever think about that? We're always in the future, but then, well, never mind. I'm going to talk about a few things today, a few topics, if you guys don't mind. A few topics that I want to talk about that I come across that I thought were just kind of interesting. And one of the things that I came across is about Futurama. And if you don't know what Futurama is, like how, but if you don't know what Futurama is, the guy that made The Simpsons, The Sims, he made Futurama. That's the end of it. You know what Futurama is, okay? Everyone knows what Futurama is, okay? Whatever. I'm not going to go fucking Google it, okay? Anyway, so Futurama, there's apparently a long-standing conspiracy around Futurama, because if you don't know the full story, I get it, whatever, okay, but basically the gist of the story is there's this guy, Philip J. Fry, he gets a pizza delivered to this like cryogenic like place, like this like science house, and it's a prank call. He orders a pizza for Icy Wiener. He gets there, and then it's like New Year's Eve, and he's like just by himself, being a fucking loser pizza delivery man. And he's like sitting in a chair and kind of like tilting back, and then he loses his balance, falls out of the chair, rolls into it like the little cryogenic chamber, and flash freezes. Then after that, he just gets kind of stuck in there. Time passes, the world collapses, whatever. Aliens attack. And then he wakes up in the year 3000. Hilarity ensues. Whatever, you know the rest of it. Or you don't, whatever. But that was like the pilot episode where Fry gets frozen, goes into the year 3000. And then seasons later, which at this point would be years later, like from like when the pilot was originally made, this, which also, like, this is episode 1, but it's like a pilot episode still also. Years later, they would introduce like a story arc where one of the characters, Leela, she has a little pet named Nibbler, and he's just like this little black monkey thing. I don't even know what it is. It's a little black monkey with like an eyeball on his head. Whatever. Look it up. Google it. Okay. He's adorable. And in the like story arc, I don't really remember it like exactly what it is, but basically there's a story arc where if you find out that Nibbler has an incredibly deep voice and can speak like perfectly fine. And instead of just being like a stupid little monkey, and you find out that like he needed Fry to come to the future in order to stop something from happening, some like event. So it was like in this episode, seasons later, years later now, there's this story arc where Nibbler explains that he actually went back in time and was the one who called in the pizza for Icy Wiener, and then was the one who pushed Fry into the cryogenic chamber. Pretty cool. But the conspiracy comes from the fact that in the episode, Nibbler is seen, like they basically re-show the shot from the pilot, like from the original episode. They show it where like where Fry like falls back from the seat, but you could see Nibbler like in the background, like you could see his shadow, and then it shows like it cuts to Nibbler pushing or like blowing on the chair, and he tips over and he falls in. So it was directly because of Nibbler doing that. But there was like this weird conspiracy that came up because people could see in that episode, it shows that shot, but it shows Nibbler's shadow in there. And then it became a thing of like, well, there's no way they planned it. Like, obviously it's for the episode. It's like being able to be like, oh, this is from like episode 1, and then they just reanimate it, right? Like they just redraw everything again and they add it in. The thing is, there was also reruns of episode 1, obviously, at some point. And when people would look at them, the reruns that would come out for episode 1 that came out after this like event like thing, like this big reveal, they would have Nibbler's shadow in it. So you would watch episode 1 and you would actually see Nibbler's shadow. And everyone was like, okay, well, obviously they did that because like it's fun. It's like not like an inside joke, but it's like playing into the role of the story. And even like on streaming services, if you go to like episode 1, you'll see Nibbler's shadow. And everyone's like, well, obviously they're just like, it's not so impossible to think that they just got that episode, and every time they run a rerun, they just add in Nibbler's shadow. Like, it's not so crazy to think that they just did that, because now it's like a funny thing where it's like, oh, you can watch it and, you know, it's always been there the whole time. But everyone's like, there's no way. Like they thought about it years and years and years in advance. Well, maybe not that many years, but years in advance. And I never thought about it. I never really, I mean, why would I? You know? Did you? Do you even know what I'm talking about? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? So in this, I came across a video of a guy breaking it down. I guess probably post his video somewhere, link his video. I don't remember offhand. Sorry. But It's a really cool video, but basically this guy wants to look into it, and instead of like just trying to find, like, ask people and shit like that, he actually goes out of his way to try to find an original copy of the pilot, and he comes across a tape, and this tape is essentially like something that used to get sent out to like radio shows and things like that, where they could use the audio, they could watch it, review it, and then talk about it on their show. So this guy comes across someone who's willing to sell it to him, and who has like a, you know, a background in doing stuff like that. I don't know, whatever. And the guy buys a tape from this like seller and comes across this original pilot like tape that's like this promotional tape. So there's no like season on it, there's no there's nothing on it. It just says Futurama and like the cartoons and everything, that's it. So in the video, he basically sets up like 2 or 3 cameras and plugs in his VCR, puts in the tape, and watches it to try to watch the original like pilot episode in order to finally debunk whether or not, like, basically to prove like, okay, clearly they wouldn't have put Nibbler's shadow in there, assuming that it was like years later, oh, he's actually like this fucking super genius and not just a little black monkey. It's like, I mean, it's not that he's not also a black monkey, because it's like he doesn't change from being a black monkey. It's not like when he's like, whatever, I'm gonna harp on this for too long. He's still a black monkey, but he's also a genius. But he's not just like a little pet, but he is also kind of like a little pet. Anyway, so there's no way they thought that far ahead, is what I'm getting at. Okay, just let me. You're getting me all over the place. Okay, like just give me a fucking second to think. So after all this, it's like definitively going to be like, okay, there's no more conspiracy theories. No more of this bullshit of like Nibbler's shadow being in the original episode. And he puts in this like pilot tape, plays it, and starts watching like through the episode. And it eventually gets to the scene. And in the scene, he has to pause it. He misses it and then rewinds it, and then has to pause the actual, because his like VCR doesn't have like a pause function on it. So he has to pause it like through his editing software. And you can see in the original pilot episode, they have fucking Nibbler's shadow in the background. That cheeky little fucking black monkey was all the way in the pilot episode. Insane. Who cares, right? Like, you're probably thinking like, dude, I didn't ask. Well, this is a show where I talk and you fucking listen, okay? Okay? So, that was one of the things I wanted to talk about. Oh my god, it's only been 13 minutes. I thought we've been doing this for like 45 already. That was the only thing I had to talk about. Okay. So, I just need to gather myself for a sec, okay? Because you really got me like really worked up right now for a sec. Okay, so new year, new me, right? You know what else helps you be a new person? The sponsor of today's episode. Just kidding. Your mom was pussy. So there's no sponsors. No one's going to sponsor this fucking show. But there is something that I want to talk about that has to do with sponsors, because it's pretty relevant right now, and it's probably something that some of you, if you're like a autistic YouTube junkie like me, there's something that's currently happening, and it's like something that a lot of YouTubers like have been affected by, and also like, I guess, like consumers and just people who watch YouTube videos will know what I'm talking about. So, you know, like every time you watch a YouTube video from like a major, like a bigger channel, they'll usually be sponsored by someone. And they're like, that brings us to the, you know, fucking sponsor of today's episode, NordVPN, or fucking Raycon, or your mama's pussy, whatever it is. I don't know. So there's one that comes up called Honey. And Honey is basically, this feels like an ad, and it's not. What is Honey? Honey is basically it's like a plugin. It's a browser plugin. It's a free browser plugin, and basically all it does, you put it into your browser, and then you go shop till you drop, and then every time you go to check out, Honey will let you know if there's a coupon or a discount available, and will provide you with the best available discount for free. You don't do anything. Sounds pretty good, right? Well, what's the catch, you might be thinking? That's the best part. There is no catch, you idiot. Honey is the best thing that could happen to you. I feel like I'd kill it. If I got a sponsor, I would sell out so quick. I'd be like, this is the best fucking thing that's ever happened to me. Harry's Razors. What is it? Manscaped. MeUndies. I don't know. Anyway, so Honey is like it's a plug-in for whatever the thing I said. Cut back to that. And the thing is, to me, it's always felt like it's free. It seems too good to be true. It probably is, because every influencer is like, it's completely free. And then when you go to check out, it just gives you coupons and discount codes. Like, how is that not awesome? And you're like, well, how does the company benefit from it? Like, when influencers have affiliate links, basically how it works, essentially, in simple terms, is they have a link that's specific to them. And when you as a consumer click the link and go buy the thing that it's connected to, they get a commission. They get a commission pay of it. But they get paid from the company that's sponsoring them. And then usually you go and you buy the thing that they're advertising. So like, let's say Raycon earbuds. You would go buy, or, they're just like little shitty earbuds. Unless they want to sponsor me, then they're awesome. And I love them and I use them all the time. They charge for 6 hours. They're waterproof, I think. I don't fucking know. Cut that. Cut all that. Cut everything I just said. Cut it. I got to start this whole episode over. 17 minutes. Oh my God, dude. I'm going to be here forever. So, I lost track where I was going with this. Okay. So it's like, if you go through the affiliate link and you buy Raycon headphones, right? I have no idea what the price is. Let's just say like $40 for these like headphones, right? They get a kickback from that payment. So they get paid by Raycon to promote that thing. And they get paid every time you click on that link, because they know that, like, it's basically showing Raycon that you're here because of this person. So they get commission for it. Pretty simple. It's pretty simple to understand. You have to be a fucking rocket scientist to wrap your head around that. If you're not keeping up, well, I mean, it's probably me, like, not really knowing what I'm talking about either, but whatever. So with Honey, there is no payment. You don't pay for anything, because you go through the affiliate link, they get paid. You don't buy anything from Honey. It's just a free plugin, and it goes to your browser, and then it does the work for you, where it gives you a discount code. So then it becomes like, well, how do they get paid? Like, why would they be doing this for free? Just doesn't really make sense. So I was always like really skeptical about it. I don't really buy shit online that much anyway. It's like pretty far and few in between. Like, it's very specific stuff that I'll buy. Like, occasionally if it pops up, like I'll buy like merch from an artist, or like I got Dustin Poirier like fight apparel, stuff like that. Like, it's not something I buy often, so I really wouldn't need anything like that. But it also just didn't seem trustworthy because of that. Like, it's like, well, how are you benefiting from it? And they're like, we're not. We just want to give away money, you fucking moron. I'm the moron. I'm not a moron. So I never used it, but it always just was kind of strange. The thing is, there's apparently a little scandal right now, dipping a little too heavy-handed into the honey hole. You know what I mean? So essentially, there's this like this. I think there's like some lawsuits going on, some allegations perhaps. Maybe I should say this is all alleged as well, right? Last thing I want to mess with, because it's also Honey got paid out by, or bought out by fucking PayPal for like $4 billion. There's also I watched this through a video as well, so take it with a grain of salt. It's like telephone information, right? But I do remember the I don't know why I remember this channel's name, but Megalag did a video about this. It was really cool, really done way better than the way I'm doing it right now, but whatever. But basically, when people would download Honey, they're being told Honey's going to offer you the best possible discount for whatever it is you're buying. And then if you are buying something, it'll at least check for you and it'll let you know, hey, you have the best sales price as it is. Like, you have the best option right now, or there's nothing available. And that's it. So for the consumer, it doesn't seem like much. The thing is, a big part of it was the fact that when Honey, like, basically started promoting itself, it promoted itself as finding like a browser that finds the best available discounts for you and gives them to you for free. The thing is, they also would partner with certain companies and brands, and these companies would then give the codes, like the coupon codes, to Honey and tell them when people come to check out for our items, if they have Honey and they want to look up like coupon codes, provide them this discount. Doesn't seem that bad. But they're providing a discount code for Honey to immediately offer in place of any other available discount code. So like, let's say there is a discount code available for 15 or 20% off your transaction. The company's telling Honey, don't offer them that. Give them this code. It's 5% off. So for you, the consumer, you're like, well, I got 5% off. Like, that's cool. Like, it's not much, but I mean, it's something. It's better than nothing. And you didn't have to work for it. You just got a free 5% off, which is what, like fucking 3 cents probably. But, you know, it's 5% off. It's not bad. If you spend $100, save $5. Go get a fucking ice cream cone. I don't know. It's $5. Anyway, Google it, okay? Look it up. But that's the thing. They're offering a code in place of Honey actually providing you with the best discount code. Already pretty shady, you know? Because they're telling you, we're going to give you the best thing available, and they're not. And then when, I forgot the company that looked into it. Whatever, I should have done more research. But basically, they got investigated for fraud and false advertising. And when they were being investigated, they just changed that. They just changed their whole motto. Or they're just like, okay, we're just going to give you a discount. Whenever you check out, we'll find discounts. If there's a discount, we'll give it to you. Which is different from we'll give you the best available discount. It's just we'll give you fucking pennies on the nanopus, right? So, fine. It's shitty for the consumer because they're basically just being lied to about, everything. But it doesn't really affect you that much. But where a lot of the allegations are coming from and a lot of the problems that they're facing, the lawsuits that they're facing, comes from the influencers actually being the ones that are getting robbed of any of that kickback money. So normally there's, not much of an issue if it's like, I don't know, fucking Mr. Beast he didn't get paid out from a sponsorship. Whatever, suck a dick. That fool's fucking rich and he's like 24. But there are some smaller channels where, they rely on advertisements and sponsorships. And it sucks if, they're not getting paid out what they're supposed to be getting paid, or, they're being robbed of anything that's rightfully theirs. So how does this happen? Where did he come from? Where did he go? Anyway, so So the issue that's been coming up with Honey has been allegedly that they go off of this system. So like collectively there's this system of the like last link that you clicked is who gets the commission. So like let's say you have like there's like a vlog that you follow, right? Some person who vlogs about some thing. Right? Like let's say it's someone who does like sneakers. They do like reviews on their vlog and then they link an affiliate link to buy these sneakers or where you can find them. Cool. You click on it and you put it in your cart and you're like, well, you know what? I'm not going to get it right now. Or you go look at it, at least you go through the link, whatever. Later on, you're watching a YouTuber who's doing a video and they're actually, let's say they're doing a video wearing like an outfit and then they're showing off the shoes, talking about it. And you're like, you know what? I am going to get it. And you go through their affiliate link, which is a separate one, right? So now you go through their affiliate link and it saves, I don't know if you guys know about cookies. Not your grandma's cookies, you little bitch. Okay? I don't really know much about cookies either. Only my grandma's cookies, actually. But I do know that cookies, whatever, they save some shit they basically save like information about the things you do. They watch everything you do. Grandma's cookies could never. But basically, when you go through these like affiliate links, it goes to the affiliate link, or basically the commission gets paid out to the person you most recently clicked on, right? So like if you went through this vlog, you went to go check out, it might have saved that information that you visited the site through that affiliate link. But now when you're going through this second affiliate link, even though you're going to the same place, it's now recognizing, even though you were here before, you're now going there because of this link, and it gets paid out to that second person, which makes sense, right? It's the last person that you saw. It was the most recent click and the most recent link. So that's essentially the standard of how things are set up when you go through these kind of affiliate links. It's like this final click kind of thing. I'm putting it in a really bad way because I'm basically like a caveman trying to describe how non-caveman things work. Cavemen say how non-caveman do things. So basically, Honey's setup is the same way that any affiliate link is, right? So you'd go through this affiliate link and you'd go download Honey. And normally they would get this like kickback from transactions that were made through this affiliate link. The thing is, now with Honey, the way Honey works is when you go to pay for something and you like select an item, you're going to check out, Honey will pop up in your browser and let you know, hey, there's a discount code available for this for like $2 off or 20% off. Do you want to add it on? Fuck yeah, bitch, add it on. The fuck are you asking me for, bro? Like, anyway, so you select it, it gets added on. Cool. You get whatever your little heart desires. And that's it. And that's the end of it. On occasion, Honey will not find anything. Sometimes there's just no discount codes available. So Honey will still pop up and let you know, hey, we looked for discount codes. There's nothing available. Basically saying you have the best like deal available. Okay, and you just hit okay, basically like saying got it. Like there's no discounts. Okay, whatever. And you continue and you check out. And during that process is where Honey pulls a little fast one. Dips their little finger into your little honey hole. You know what I mean? They're dipping fingers in honey holes. Or Honey's dipping fingers. Anyway, so during this checkout process is where it's like key. Where normally you would go through affiliate links to go do this thing and go pay for something, right? But now, when you go to check out through this affiliate link, instead of the money and the commission going to the person that you were suggested to go and buy it from, it instead goes to Honey. Why does that happen? Specifically because Honey has a pop-up. So when it pops up, it acts like its own affiliate link. I guess that's the easiest way to put it. And it brings up like a separate tab. And it basically like communicates it that it's an affiliate link. In that, like in the easiest, in caveman terms, caveman, go brain and boom. Okay, so when you go to check out, normally you would go through that affiliate link, go try to purchase something, and they would get that kickback. But now, with Honey having this pop-up, every time that Honey pops up and you accept a coupon, now Honey is being seen as the affiliate. They're the one that receives the commission. Because, yeah, they're giving you a discount, but you aren't there because of them. You're there because of the influencer you saw the item with, or that this influencer promoted. You're there because of them. So they should rightfully get that commission, but they're not. Honey is. And then it's like, well, what if there's not a coupon code? When you select anything from that pop-up, basically it intercepts that affiliate link. And it shows like, well, we got that last click. So it's like trying to click on something and then right before you check out, you click through a separate affiliate link, like an invisible affiliate link. So now Honey is getting that commission. And the influencers that you like, you're buying stuff to support these influencers. Presumably you watch influencers and you might think like, okay, well, I like for me, a few of the ones that get a lot of like ads or sponsors that I like frequent still is like Super Mega, Creepcast, Wendigoon. Like there's a lot of cool YouTubers I really like. And granted, some of them are a little bigger, but some of them are a little smaller. And when you go through something like that, if they're like promoting like, oh, like BetterHelp or NordVPN or anything like that, if I'm already considering like, well, you know what, I want to get a VPN or something like that, then I could just go through an influencer that I already like. So I could go through Super Mega or Mr. Ballin or Wendigoon. And I would rather, if I'm already going to do it, I get a discount through their affiliate link and they get commission. And I get to support a creator that I like. Like it doesn't feel like a bad move if you're already kind of interested in getting one of these kinds of products or services, you know? But then when you go through and then Honey pops up and is like, oh, you're already getting the best available deal. And you're just like, okay. And you just hit okay. Like basically they're not giving you shit. And then you still pay your regular amount. And then Honey just steals that commission because they're like, well, we tried. Go ahead and add it this way. The guy, Megalag, had a certain way of putting it. The way he described it was kind of like if you were talking to a salesman and you're like in a retail or something like that. And you talk to a salesman and he pitches you this thing and you're like, you know what? I'm going to buy it. And he gives you his referral code, like his commission, basically saying like, when you go to checkout, when you go to pay at the front of the store, make sure you put my name, and gives you, like his referral slip. So he gets paid his commission. You go to check out at the front, and let's say there's a separate salesman at the front who's just like, hey, let me check to see if there's any discounts for you. And you're like, okay, go for it. And he looks, no discounts today. Go ahead and go check out. And you're like, okay, like, I'm already going to buy it, so it doesn't matter if I don't get a discount. But while that's happening, he swaps out your referral code or the guy's referral for his referral. And now he just checked to see if there was air quotes in there. I don't know if you saw that. Probably not, but he checked. I don't know if that was better. to see if there was coupon codes or a discount available for you, and there wasn't, and still just took credit and commission for the thing that the other person sold you on. Doesn't seem fair. In fact, it seems downright dubious or illegal too. If not, I mean, just kind of fucking shitty. I'm pretty sure it's illegal though. But that's what this is kind of like being looked into, is the legality of it, and then just kind of like, if it is illegal, what then can be done? So there's a bunch of lawsuits and a bunch of shit going on. So I'd come across that recently too, and I thought that was really interesting. Which brings us to the sponsor of today's podcast. Your mom's pussy. So anyway, yeah, pretty fucked up what's happening with Honey. Or I guess like that Honey is doing something like that. And now they're fucking owned by like I said, they're owned by PayPal. So when you get like Honey and you get this like download, like influencers are being used and their money's being stolen from fucking PayPal. Which, like I said, huge influencers, it doesn't really matter as much. But there's some people that are like barely getting their first advertisement or their first sponsor. And then they're like, well, oh, now I'm not getting shit. And PayPal is just enormous. There's also a part of it where like when they, because now that's part of PayPal, there's I think it's called like PayPal Rewards or some generic shit like that, where basically when you check out and you go through, you use like what would be Honey, but it's like PayPal Rewards now. When you go through them, you actually get like basically like a cash back kind of thing. Like, you know, if you pay with this credit card, you get 1% back for whatever. Who cares? I don't fucking know shit about shit anyway. But PayPal has that too now, where they will give you like a credit back. And which is kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to buy stuff anyway. It's cool to get like cash back or you get points, right? Every point is basically 1 cent that you get. And the research that this guy did, I'll link it to Megalag. The video he did is super cool. He did a lot of research. He did like tests on stuff just to find out how much like PayPal and Honey are basically, the way he puts it, are poaching off of like influencers. It's pretty insane because even when you get these like cash back points, there's more air quotes in there, by the way, if you didn't see that, if you missed that, you're basically getting, the way I would put it, pennies on their nannerpuss for fucking nothing, dude. Like, they're getting like, you know, let's say per transaction, like let's say that I think it was like $40 or something like that. Out of that total 40 that PayPal is just receiving for free now from you, because they're receiving the commission pay, they're getting that, and he got, I think it was like 89 cents. So it's like not even a full dollar off of a $40 commission that the consumer gets as kickback from the PayPal, like poaching the influencers' commission. Pretty fucked up. So do with that what you will. If you have Honey, I would say probably, who cares, right? You're still going to get discount codes. Who cares? But I mean, you should probably like take it off anyway and look up your own codes, because you're not even going to get the best discounts. But you know where you can get the best discounts? Okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. But yeah, I would like to get a sponsor at some point. Probably not Honey, but I think about all these like different things that come up, and there's like some of them that seem kind of cool. Like I said, I mentioned one of them, BetterHelp. That's like it's like online therapy, basically. Like if you don't feel comfortable going to oh, hold on, I have to wake up. Oh no. Sorry guys. Okay, I'm awake now. Um, like BetterHelp, if you want to, like, try therapy, do anything like that, they basically have like you can talk to therapists and doctors online and like through text, through video chatting, through phone calls, like however you feel comfortable, and you don't even have to leave your house. So if you're like a weird shut-in like Noel or something, then it would be perfect if Noel sought mental help, but he's just seeking that ganja. He's like, this is my fucking therapy right here. And he smokes himself stupid and then just plays Overwatch for 45 minutes and then blacks out. Anyway, that wasn't meant to be a personal attack on Noel. Noel, in case you're listening, this isn't a personal attack on you. It is just the truth. But yeah, like, it was a weird dig at Noel. Catching strays. He's like, what the fuck? Like, this isn't even about me, dude. I'm like, you need help. And he's like, fuck you. And he's just ripping his shit. Anyway. So, oh my God, there's like a fucking, we're going to war outside. There's always fucking like sirens and bullshit going on every time I'm trying to record my fucking podcast. So BetterHelp, if you have therapy, I mean, if you're mad, just hear this crazy sirens outside. If you need therapy, if you need anything like that, BetterHelp is there. It's pretty cool. Which, I mean, I've never used it, clearly. So, I'm not crazy. I don't need help. But it seems like it would be really helpful to a lot of people. It seems awesome. But like, then there's also things like Raycon where I've seen like reviews of it and they're like, this isn't sponsored. I'm just going to try it out to let you know if it's actually good. And people are like, they're like, whatever, And then there's like stuff like NordVPN or like any VPN thing. And you're just like, I don't even know if I need a fucking VPN. They're like, do you like taking a shit with your dick out and with the door open in fucking public restrooms? Well, that's what you're doing whenever you don't use NordVPN, you little idiot. So I just don't feel really like super bought in to a lot of it. Or like is it Manscaped? Like, I don't know if I'm going to really be, I mean, I do have to trim my junk. So I guess I could get on board with that. I feel like there's not like for sure, if someone wanted to sponsor me, like that'll be my whole life. I got sponsored by Four Loko and fucking, became an ambassador for Beatbox. So I'll sell my soul for fucking Manscaped or NordVPN or whatever else other fucking stuff is available. I get fucking money for just talking about like, hey, try this thing. It's pretty cool, But there's not really anything that I think I've seen that I'm like, well, first of all, there's nothing that I've seen that I've really felt like this is something I absolutely need to buy just because like a YouTuber's promoting it. Because it's just like, I don't know, it just kind of feels like, well, you're just selling me on it because you're getting paid to say it. But they're like, genuinely, I've tried this myself and it's awesome. Or like, what is it? MeUndies. There's another one. Is it Mac Weldon or something like that? There's another underwear one. I don't know. Like, this can't be sold. They're like, this is the softest underwear I've ever worn. I'm like, I don't feel underwear when I wear it. How the fuck do you know this? Oh, this is some of the softest underwear I've ever felt in my whole life. It feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. No shit. It always feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. You out of your fucking mind? You feel your underwear, you psychopath? I could be wearing fucking underwear made out of napkins and wool. I'm wearing it for like fucking, 24 hours a day. There's maybe like a total time of like an hour that I'm not wearing underwear. And that's when I'm in the shower and when I'm taking a caca. Other than that, I'm wearing underwear. I don't feel it. It's like when you're looking at your nose or you're just looking and your nose is always there. You can always see your nose, but you're never looking at it. You don't fucking pay attention. Anyway, I don't know why I got so upset about this. And now I just started thinking about it. You know? I don't feel my underwear. I don't see my nose. Anyway, I think Harry's would be cool too. Manscaped. I'm Harry. If I'm going to be like, you know what? This shit could cut down a jungle. And I know. I've been in the jungle. I would probably do like a like a Vietnam style like ad. I'd go above and beyond for some of these ads if they really paid me for it. But they don't. So maybe I'll do my own sponsorships. I'll do like cultist stuff and then I'll pay myself. Is that fraud? That feels like it's fraud. Like if I do something and I set it up and I guess it's not fraud. They're just like, he's an idiot. He's paying himself to sponsor himself. I don't know. It's like having multiple personalities. And I just kind of feel like I need to give some props to someone else. Maybe maybe the next one will be sponsored by Cultist or something, you know? Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to do a short one again this week, but I also wanted to end this on a quote that I thought was like an actual quote from something. And I thought it was like a legitimate quote from like, I don't know, a real president. The quote, "Modern problems require modern solutions." I had seen that quote pop up in a YouTube video where a guy was just kind of talking, and it was like a cooking video. And he's talking about how using like a slow cooker is like one of the easiest ways to cook this dish, but slow cookers didn't always exist. Like this dish has been around for like over 100 years. So you don't need one, but it's easier with it. Modern problems require modern solutions. And he just kind of said it as like a throwaway. And I was like, oh, that's funny. That's like the Chappelle Show quote. And I just thought like, well, he's quoting it and doesn't seem like it's like, he's not saying it like it's like a meme. Because like that became like a meme for a while where it was just Dave Chappelle. Like it's like something like that, like an image, some ridiculous image. And then it's like just a picture of Dave Chappelle and says like, modern problems require modern solutions. I always just thought like, I know it's from an episode, but I also thought that quote was from like something else because I've seen it in like media and different stuff. And it just seems like a real legit quote. Turns out it's just from Chappelle's Show. Turns out he's a genius. He's ahead of his time. And that is episode number 19. Like I said, another short one. Just a couple things I wanted to talk about that were pretty interesting to me anyway. And then some weird tirade that I went on at the end of it. I don't know what happened. I was kind of blacked out. It just sort of happened. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for staying tuned in for this long. Like I said, the season finale, season 1, right around the corner. I might take a little break to kind of prep for season 2. And season 2, also right around the corner. Some more guests lined up. Some more stuff I want to do for At All Hours. It's a little more involved. Not just weekly audio podcasts, but maybe a little more. And like I said, I think I'm going to start trying to drop some stuff on the Cultist YouTube channel. So those links are everywhere. That's on the Instagram account. So check it out, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. And I'll keep you guys up to date with everything. But enjoy your new year. Enjoy your time with friends and family and whoever the fuck else. And yeah, that's it. So whatever. Okay, bye.